Hello and welcome. So in this practice, I want to invite you to explore these massage techniques I'm going to introduce today to help improve circulation through the body and the subtle anatomy. So let's just drop in, bringing your feet flat to the floor, resting your hands comfortably on the knees or the lap, whatever works for you. And don't feel like you have to stay still and stagnant for this, as we're just going to turn our attention inwards. Begin to notice the inhale and the exhale. Not trying to change or control anything, just being present with this moment, this time, with your own breath. And I invite you to close your eyes, or you're welcome to keep them open. And just noticing the texture of your breath. It's fast, slow, deep, shallow, smooth, or has ragged edges. If there's any need to sigh, yawn, or gasp, just let that happen. And as you're aware of your breath, just take a little inventory through your body, through the top of the head, down to the toes, noticing how everything feels right now. And as you do that, you might find you just want to make yourself a little more comfortable in any little which way, but just noticing the sensing and feeling into your body as it is now. And we're just going to shift focus a little bit, and then bring your awareness into the center of the chest, as though you're breathing in and out of the center. This is the center of the heart chakra, the fourth chakra in the chakra system. Considered the center of the subtle anatomy, the energetic heart. And breathing down very deep into the very center, deep within your chest. You can imagine, feel, sense there's a cavity or a cave here, referred to as the cave of the heart. And within this, a divine spark, a flame, a sun, a fire. And this connects you into your own divinity, your own spiritual essence, that which is connected to all of life, the universal spirit, the divinity that flows through everything. You can come back and connect into this space at any time. And taking it with us into this practice. And then we're going to move into a gentle breath in through the nose and exhaling out the mouth as we go through the daily Energizer routine. So as you inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, bringing your right hand over to the left shoulder and giving a nice deep massage into the back of the shoulder. And then dragging the hand from the shoulder down across to the other side. And then coming up the other way. And you can really do a strong drag across the front of the body. Keep going with that inhale through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And then we're going to move into tapping onto the cheekbones. So it can be a gentle tap or a massage or a pulse, or you can tap in the field as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Then coming down to just above finding the collarbones, going just underneath to that soft part for the K27s. And again, tapping there, or you may want to massage or pulse or tap in the field. It's up to you. So this helps move our energy forwards. And then coming into the center, go inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, and tapping the thymus gland. Trying to keep a nice gentle rhythm here. This is really helpful in stimulating that gland, supporting the immune system. And then coming over to, on the bra line, the side of the ribs, the spleen points, which helps assimilate nutrients as well as emotions and experiences. So sometimes massaging these points when you're going through a bit of emotional stress can be really supportive to help integrate those emotions. And then just giving the hands a shake off. And then we're going to move into what's called the cross crawl. So it's simply just sort of walking on the chair. So if you're feeling particularly lethargic or struggling at the moment, you can just do this gently by just moving side to side. So we're just wanting to make sure we're bringing action that crosses the midline of the body. So you can lift the legs higher if you want a little bit more exercise, or just a little bit. It's up to you here and how you feel right now. So just helping getting our energies all crossing from right to left, left to right, which is really important for a lot of the energy systems as well as the communication in our brain. And then we'll move on and give that a little shake. And we're going to come into the Wayne Cook posture. So if you're right-handed, you can pick your right leg up and bring it across your left knee. If you're left-handed, you'll bring your left foot up and put it on the right knee. I'm right-handed, so I bring my left hand to my right ankle. Right hand is going to go over the top. So we're creating a crossing at the wrists, we're crossing at the legs. And you're just going to inhale, gentle rising, exhale out the mouth. So we'll do 3 breaths, inhaling. Last one. So swapping sides, bringing up the other leg. So this Wayne Cook posture really helps unscatter and unscramble the energies of our subtle anatomy as well as in our brain. So inhaling. 3 deep breaths again. And we'll let that down. Then just tenting the fingers and bringing the thumbs to the point between the eyebrow, gently pressing in and lifting up as you inhale. 3 breaths. And then bringing the fingertips into 2 lines in the center of the forehead, pressing in, pulling out to the side. And give it a little shake off. And then we're going to bring our hands over in front of the pubic bone. We're going to draw up the central meridian, which also connects to the governing meridian at the back. So here you can work with an intention. I've been working with a very popular one of every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. So you may have your own intention that you like to work with, or you can work with that one if you like. And then inhale, we're drawing the hands and the energy up to the top of the lip. Turn the hands out and exhale out into the field. We'll do that twice more. Inhaling out, exhaling out. Inhale up and exhale out. And then we're just going to hook up the energies of the central and governing meridians. 1 middle finger in the belly button, the other middle finger between the eyebrows, and then just pushing in, inhale, pull up. 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Well done. And now just going to return the breath to just regular yogic breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So we're going to start with a massage with the hands. So we're going to come to massage between the long bones of the fingers. Now, if you're pregnant, please don't massage between the thumb and index finger. There's a large intestine point that's contraindicated for pregnancy. If not, give it a really good massage. So you can be getting in both sides of the palm, into the palm and there. And then as you come off, massage, pull off the webbing in between. So going to between each of the long bones of each fingers. Nice, good massage there. So we're going to go through both hands. So we've got lots of meridian points and energy things that end at the end of the hands, and the hands is a particular space that energies can get quite stagnant. So this just helps move the energy around as well as helping with the circulation, giving a nice good massage in here. And then once you've done the webbing of each hand, coming over and giving a little massage down each finger, pulling off at the end of the finger. We want to make sure we do both hands. And you may notice there's areas that are a little bit more uncomfortable than others, so you can always come back and give those a little bit more attention. Just give a little shake, and you'll give a little massage to the palm. And the other one, so doing it evenly. So it doesn't have to be a really long massage. Then a little just rub around each wrist. And just give a nice good shake. And then just squeezing the hands and stretching out the fingers a few times. So this really helps move and dump any excess energy, natural flow down and out the hands. And then let's just wring out the wrists a little more, so interlocking the fingers and just giving them a little roll in one direction and then the other. Very good. Shake it off once more and just flick off each finger and then all together. Very good. We're just going to rub our hands, get them nice and warm. And then just bringing them down the throat. Helps stimulate the thyroid and the parathyroid, as well as doing a little clearing and cleansing for the throat chakra. Then coming up over the face, doing circles a few times. Then bringing the fingers to the jawline, nice little massage through the jaw, shoulders, hips. These are the three places that we tend to hold the most tension. And then coming up to the temples, a little rub on the temples. And then we're also going to do what's called the triple warmer smoothie, which helps soothe the nervous system and calm it down through working with the triple warmer. So from the temples, take an inhale, exhale, drag the fingers down around the back of the ears and down the side of the neck. We'll just do that twice more, down around behind the ears, along the side of the neck, down across the ears, down the side of the neck. And this time just let the hands hang for a moment and then bring them down onto the chest, just turning that attention inwards. Doing this just can really help calm and soothe the nervous system. Then we're going to bring the hands up and do some tapping all over the skull. So tapping is really great for stimulating circulation and breaking up stagnant energies. It's going all over the whole skull. And if you notice there's little sore areas, you can always come back and give the head a nice massage. And then make sure to do a little tapping down the center line of the skull, all the way down. And coming to the neck, you might want to give it a little massage there and across the shoulders. And then we're going to come down each arm. So coming to either side, just give me a little tap on the shoulder and then coming down the inside of the arm and back up the outside. And then going down the inside of where you didn't get before and down the back of the outside that you didn't get before. And then coming into the armpit and tapping in there. And then coming from between the arm and the chest, finding a little spot in there which connects to the central meridian and helps with the stimulating the dumping of toxins into the lymph from the organs, which then can be evacuated from the body. Then going over to the other side, a little tap on the shoulder, then down the inside of the arm. So the yin energies run down the inside of the arm and the yang energies come back up the outside. So you just want to make sure you're covering all the parts of the arm and back up, ending in the armpit, a little extra lymphatic support. And then coming to that point between the center of the chest and in there, giving a little rub for the central meridian. And I'm just going to do a little rub down the center of the sternum. That's helpful for the lungs. And then coming down from the rib cage, down the edges. And then we're just going to do a little release for the diaphragm. So using the palm of your hand, so not really the fingers, focusing on the palm, just underneath that xiphoid process into that soft part of the belly, bringing the other hand on top. Just going to take a nice step inhale. Hold the breath and push in with the palms. You can sort of press the belly in towards the hands as well. And then exhale. We'll do that twice more. Inhale. Expanding the belly. Push in with the palm. Exhale. Inhale one more time, pushing in with the hand, and exhale. So just helping release the diaphragm, which can sometimes hold a lot of tension. And then we're going to come up as far as you can up the spine using thumbs or knuckles, whatever's more comfortable, and just massaging down either side of the spine. So it doesn't matter how high you can lift your hands, just go from where works for you. And then once you get to as far as you can go, just bring the hands up and then coming out to the muscles on a little further away from the spine and massaging down the back. And then we'll just wipe off a couple of times. Very good. And then we're going to come over to the hips. So give a nice good massage into the hips. So I have a lot of hip issues. Well, not really hip issues, but the hips are one of my weaker areas. So I need to do a lot of hip work to help keep on top of that. If I don't, then I find out about it not too long. All right, and then we're going to come either side and just tap down the outside. So the yang lines go down the front and down the side. So going down as far as you can go, if you can, onto the feet, and then tapping up the inside of the feet, all the way up the legs, and down the front, giving a little tap for the reflex, all the way down, and then coming up the back. Then give that a little shake, and then we're going to just create a little percussion. So inhale, lift up the heels, exhale and plop down. Inhale, lift them up, exhale and plop down. One more time, inhale, lift them up, exhale, plop down. And then as we cleared the gates of the hands, we're going to do the gates of the feet. So you can remove a sock if you have those on. So we're going to massage in between those long bones, between the toes, exactly the same as we did on the hands, but doing it for the feet, and pinching off in the webbing as well as you can get in there. You might find this is a little bit more uncomfortable than doing the hands. So working your way through between each toe. So this is called clearing the gates, and gate is spelled G-A-I-T. When I first heard this, I kept on thinking G-A-T-E because nobody said that to me, so that's why I wanted to share it. And so massaging in between each of those, I'm going to do all the toes. So again, there's lots of all the meridians end at different toes, or different meridians, and then doing off each toe, pinching off the end. You can do this with socks on as well. So we want to open up the space in the feet. And then it can be quite good to bring the fingers between each of the toes and then just create some little circles, creating a little space in there. And then we can come to the bottom of the foot, and if I pull that back down sort of between the second and third toe, there's a little soft spot before you get the skin changes colour, and that is the K1 meridian point. And if you're a little worried, just massage a larger area. And this is the most electroconductive part of the body. So this helps in our grounding. And so it's very good to open this up, giving a nice good massage here. And then doing a little massage across the rest of the foot. And then we're going to little massage up the Achilles. And then when you reach this point where the base of the calf meets the lower part of the leg, give that a nice massage all the way around, so that half moon shape through the back of the leg. So there's yin meridians that run up that connect in here as well. And again, if you're pregnant, you want to sort of avoid massaging the Achilles and this part too, by the way, because you're going to get onto some more of those points that are contraindicated for pregnancy. But if you are pregnant, if you're not, go ahead and do it. If you are pregnant, come up and give a nice massage to the back of the calf. And for the rest of you, you can do that as well. So coming in, want to get deep in there for the soleus as well. Works as a second pump. And then come in behind the knee, and there's some gallbladder points there that you can massage. And then we'll move over to the other side and do the other foot. So those between the long bones of each toe, and really trying to punch off in the webbing. It's a little harder to get at the feet. It's not really quite so webbed At least it isn't for me, as it is in the fingers. So it's a little hard to get to pinch those bits off. But try and do that if you can. And notice how each of them feel. Because the more often you do this, you'll notice what had a stronger sensation and what didn't will show up over time. And then again, coming in, oh yeah, but do the fingers first. And then giving them a little circling. So you can just open up a lot of space through the feet. So feet and hands, a lot of congestion happens. And then giving that K1 point a massage on the other foot. So if you're dealing with fibromyalgia, you can do all these things and just do it really nicely and gently. And you probably already know that and understand that. Just working with what's right in your body. Massaging the rest of the foot. And then coming over. So again, if you're pregnant, you're not really going to massage the Achilles. You can come straight up to the calf. But if you're not pregnant, get in there. It's really good. And then making sure to stop in that little area at the base of the calf. So yeah, these yin energies move up and they sort of conjunct and cross a little bit in this space. So there can be a little bit of stagnant energy there. And as we age, there seems to be a little bit slower and sluggish, bringing the yin energies up. And then coming back in behind that calf. Nice good massage. That soleus. Second pump of the heart, really important to help getting that stimulating, especially if you're dealing with a lot of fatigue and things like that. It's hard to move the body or stand up. If you've got POTS, I have POTS, so like standing for any length of time, walking. I mean, I used to walk so incredibly slowly. Every single person would be walking past me because I couldn't get my heart rate up. So doing things like this can help get the body moving without creating extra stress on the system. And then massaging in behind the knee for the gallbladder points. And then just getting a little shake off the hands and the feet. So that's just a little bit of a basic massage techniques that can help get things going and help get the circulation both physically and energetically within your body. And so we're just going to come and settle down and move into a little bit of relaxation to close off. So bringing your awareness back to the breath. And as you're aware of the breath, being aware of the inhale and the exhale, just take a moment, just scan through your body. Notice how everything feels. Notice if you can feel a little change. And here you may like to bring a little control into the breath, working on evening out the inhalation to the exhalation, or lengthening the exhalation to the inhalation. Sometimes one thing feels more right than the other in the moment, so it's just feeling into what works for you and what intuitively your body needs right now. If you like, you can stay with that for a while and just sit and rest and relax. Otherwise, we'll just close off and you can take a nice big inhale, sweeping the arms up and exhaling down the front. So thank you very much for joining me for this short practice. And remember, you can come back to this at any time or learn these techniques and you can easily do them on your own. Namaste.